Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2, where we are currently kind of chilling a little bit, waiting for rush hour and seeing how our current road setup deals with it. I expect it to be a little bit on the rough side, to be sure. I'm also wondering if maybe we could build a rail connection if we controlled a tile that was directly adjacent to these actual edges. Now, we're a long ways from doing that. Out over here would be the closest, and we would probably want to buy tiles up here too. It would be quite expensive, and I would like to put that money into our subway system, ideally. So for the moment, we're probably going to put a pin in that concept. I'm not sure if that works or not. I may have to look it up. That would be exciting to look something up. Imagine doing that. We could maybe try that, but the reason I say that is because we see that there's this connection to Pagedale here. This is an outside connection port for creating passenger airplane lines and cargo airplane routes. Shipping it by air. I hadn't considered that. It's probably not a great way to do it. Sea or freight train is, in my opinion, almost certainly better. But it's an interesting concept, for sure. How large would an airport be, I wonder? Well, we don't have the milestone for it. We would definitely have to wait until we get to the next milestone. We're getting close. And that'll also get us a good chunk of money. So that would end up being down here where we need to get air. Yeah, that's a lot. How much are we going to get for this next milestone? Plus 17? And we're also going to get like 5 million. So it's a fair amount that we're going to end up getting for that. No doubt about it. Where are we in the unlocks? Like, how much more is it going to cost us to unlock everything? So this is 13 here. It's going to be fairly expensive. This is going to be another 24. So that's a total of 37. Yeah, it's going to be quite a lot. 17, 19, 21, 25, 30. We probably need all of these. We need to probably get to Megalopolis in order to get them fully unlocked, is my guess. And that'll probably be around the time that I consider ending this series. We'll see. But somewhere around there, most likely. Or if we get bored before then, which could happen. It absolutely could. So it's definitely an interesting concept to have like an airport up over here, specifically a cargo airport. I wonder how big that would be, though. I would expect it to be rather huge. So that is a concern for sure. What do we have going on up here? A traffic accident? Okay. Noted. So what we're doing right now, again, is we're largely waiting for rush hour, which should be beginning to start up reasonably soon. It's 3 o'clock right now. We can see that there's not all that much traffic down here, although there is a fair amount going on here. Okay, first things first, we definitely should extend over this road. We want this to be this size. I want to extend this road to be here. Like that. So we don't mess up at least one of these lanes of traffic. This is currently going to be a bit problematic, of course. This is going to be a crosswalk, so we want to get rid of that. Do we want to have stoplights here? Ideally, no. I'd like this. This is a protected turn lane right here. I'd like this to be a yield lane, which I think it basically is right now. Although there's no sign for it. Whoa, hang on a moment. I think it was due to the level of detail there, but these wheels... Oh, yeah, the level of detail there makes the wheel look kind of square. Okay, now it's just missing. Sure, level of details are exciting. Don't look at low level of detail models. That is all. Okay, so we're going to observe this for a moment. Ideal scenario here is that this goes down to an asymmetrical highway. We can't really do that, but we can do an asymmetrical road here. So I'd like this to be an asymmetrical... How many roads? Or how many lanes does this need to be? It needs to be a 3-lane asymmetric road. So that's going to end up being this guy. And it would be something kind of like Ooh, these are really awkward here. Okay, something kind of like that. I don't think I love what we've got going on with the speed limit changes here, but we'll do something like this. No crosswalks here. This is now guaranteed protected turns. And it ends up being something like this. Of course, we don't want a stoplight at this intersection, or at this one if there is one. Okay. So this lane ends here, and this goes down to 2 lanes. This retains 2 lanes and becomes a highway again over here. But what this does is it forces this into a single lane here, and we shouldn't have people doing this. Why are you just sitting there, bud? Go. Go, you'll be fine. There's literally no one there. Are you trying to turn into this lane? If so, don't. That is all. Why were you in the exit lane? Okay, whatever. Okay, why are people going into the exit lane here and then merging over? I have to assume it's due to the traffic levels here. Traffic is moving very slow here, but I think this is actually the simulation speed more than anything. Also, there's been an accident down over here, and that's causing some significant issues. I do see a left-hand turn problem here, so we're going to forbid left-hand turns in these areas. There we go. Those are not allowed. Beautiful. And now the question is, are we doing better over here? Well, these guys are really trying to merge in right here rather than earlier. Hopefully, as this clears up, that'll get better. Yeah, there's some awkward lane changing going on. I hope that once we cycle through these cars, that'll get fixed. I think overall, this does solve this problem-ish. What I don't like about it is that this goes down to 40 here. So we can't control the number of lanes and the speed limit independently, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I wish that was different, to be sure. Also, where's our exit here? Shouldn't there be an exit? Hang on. There should definitely be an exit, like coming off right about here or so. And it would end up curving out this direction like that. Yeah, there absolutely should be. And there should not, of course, be any crossings here. No left turn allowed here. There should not be a stoplight here either. Okay, there we go. That'll clean things up a little bit. I don't know where this went. Maybe I accidentally deleted it and forgot about it. Or maybe it wasn't able to be built before for whatever reason. But this does appear to be cleaning up now that people have gotten used to the way that the lane setup is and are able to get in their appropriate lane earlier. That is a very important thing, of course. So that looks good as far as that goes. This is caused entirely by the traffic accident here. I'm not too concerned about that. What else do we have going on in terms of traffic? I'm just checking along our double highway here to see if there's anything going on there. No, not as of yet. So then the next suspect would be up in here, but I'm not seeing anything as of this moment. Okay, so I think we don't have any major traffic issues yet. That said, it's only 3:30. So that is definitely not as late as it needs to be to really see the traffic pick up. It'll really start to pick up, I believe, around 4 to 5 o'clock, somewhere in there. And yes, this is a very awkward intersection indeed. There is no doubt about that, but it's fine. So all things considered, things are going pretty okay. We've got some amount of demand, but I'm not too concerned about it yet. We still see these areas out over here developing a little bit, but overall, it's getting pretty full out over here. We're going to have to expand again soon. But that's fine. It's not like that is a particularly large investment. I want to check in quick on how our subways are doing. So if we look at our subway lines here, we can see actually 12,000 citizens per month. Not quite 12,000, but pretty close. That's not bad. That is definitely seeing an okay amount of usage. I mean, I'd like to see it have more usage, don't get me wrong. It's only available to certain people as of right now, because, I mean, if you live here, You're not going to go all the way up here to use the subway. That's not how that works. We're going to need to further expand our subway, of course. Now, you could go here to get onto the subway. There isn't anywhere where you have to be, like, particularly far away to use the subway. But the next line that we end up putting in will probably be this line here. But we're not going to do that yet. It's very expensive to put that in, and we'll have to wait until our progression goes up. So that's fine for the time being. Okay, I want to check in on the situation that was down over here. Where was that? It was the 2-lane on-ramp. Here. It was here. Okay. So we've definitely progressed here a little bit. No doubt about that. But we're still having people doing this nonsense, which is very sad. They should be merging in, like, up over here, right? Not waiting until they're here. But this is cleaning up. So I think overall this is fine, even with these people being, like, pinned into this exit. Oh, that guy just despawned. Okay, sure. We'll see how many people actually want to do this, but we do see traffic moving through. Yeah, this guy wants to move over. You gotta merge sooner. This is actually quite illegal.
And on to our main featured story. The commercial district is booming.
You gotta do it, like, right here if you're gonna do it. And that is, I guess, where they're doing it.
The latest in luxury to our neighborhood.
But there aren't all that many people here. They just need to merge over, right?
A fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me.
I suppose we could close this lane somewhere up over here, but that would require a pretty large rework in how this overall works. I think the bigger problem is we just need to get these guys pulled through, right? I think we just need to give it some time. I don't think this needs any further work, at least as of right now. Now, it is 4 o'clock, and people are starting to get off of work. So we're going to start hitting a bit more of a rush hour. We're going to see the traffic levels begin to spike. And that's good. We want that. We want to see where our traffic flow problems are. This is the last guy in this turn lane right now. Get on over there. There you go. Cool. Now these guys need to stop doing whatever it is they're doing and just work their way through. Cool. And now there should be no further problems because there's no backlog here. So that'll just clean itself right on up. Excellent. Any other issues? Well, we've still got this traffic accident out over here. Again, this is entirely due to the traffic accident. It's not a great one, to be sure, but that is getting cleaned up. The police officer is there, and it will get dealt with. But this is fully closing this section of highway. In fact, it's kind of fully closing this entire highway, which is not pretty, for sure. It's going to cause some backup over here, and this may manifest later on as if... Oh, look at this. Turn problems. This may manifest later on as if it is a problem with this intersection, but it really, really isn't a problem with this intersection. So for now, that's fine. We'll wait for those to get cleaned up. Any other issues as the sun begins to go down here? Currently, we're not seeing any. I want to hop up over this direction as we become a bit of a slideshow. We can see just how slowly the traffic is moving. It's not actually moving at this speed. It's just slow to update. So there is that. I want to check, actually. Is my CPU pinned right now? Let's find out, shall we? So, Task Manager. What do we got going on here? Not exactly. CPU's chilling at about 65% right now. Okay. Cities 2 is currently eating... It's pinning it at about 50% of the CPU. So I'm guessing it can't utilize more than 8 cores. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Well, that's fine. It will eventually start moving again. I hope. I hope. For now, we're just waiting for the time to tick forward a little bit. once we hit about 4:30, 5 o'clock, that's when the rush hour will really pick up. And the next question is, how are we doing on that subway? We're up to 12,556. So the number of people using the public transport is actually fairly high. When we look at our overall number of population, right? 70,782. And when we take that 12,556 divided by 70,782, that is about a 17, almost 18% reduction in our traffic numbers. That is not bad, considering how patchy our subway currently is. That's not bad at all. That's indicating that the subway system is actually being effective. I like it. So as we continue to advance that subway system, it will get better. No doubt about that. So let's let this continue to tick here. We've got these guys still over here. I keep hoping that this gets cleared up soon. The police officer is securing the site. But, of course, this is becoming a bit of a problem here. The traffic is going to get further and further backed up over here. It'll take time to wind its way through the roundabout there. It'll be tough. No doubt about that. This is something that would be solved if this was done as an overpass. Or at least not solved, but it would be better in an overpass. No doubt about that. Do we want to put in an overpass here? It's an interesting question, to be sure. Because at least that way, we wouldn't be blocking the north-south traffic. And we wouldn't be blocking the northeast traffic or the southeast traffic. This is currently blocking all ways of traffic. Right? Well, actually, no, it is blocking all ways of traffic because these guys are redirecting down over here to try to come up over here and head up here like that. So they are definitely detouring. This is blocking this entire roundabout. We could make this an overpass, or we could just say, you know what, it'll probably clean up by the time we have these despawned. This one over here is already an overpass. So it's a theoretical possibility. I just hope that these get eliminated soon. The road maintenance vehicle is, I've never actually seen, oh, it's stuck in the traffic. Perfect. I've never actually seen the road maintenance vehicle doing anything up over here. I think I'm going to do it. Let's take this out of here. Let's put in an overpass. So we're just going to take these back to here. I'm going to have the north-south road go underneath, and we'll just take this over in angle snap only mode, bringing this down to 0 meters about here. Then we bring it up to here, and then we connect it up here. There's a little bit of a hitch in it there. No doubt about that. That's probably fine, though. And then this road will just go straight on over. So connecting just from here to here. There we go. And then we'll do our overpass ramps. So that'll be something about like this. There we go. And then in over here. Allows us to do that. Sounds good. Invalid shape, slope too steep up over here. This is due to this guy. Okay. We'll just back this off a little bit and bring that up about like that. Sounds good. And then bringing this guy in down here. That seems okay. We'll need to forbid our left-hand turns. So no left-hand turn here, no left-hand turn here, no left-hand turn here. That looks decent. Okay. So with that in there, these guys are going to have to make their way through a bit. We're still going to have some traffic blocked here. No doubt about it. And I don't love this situation here, so I'm actually going to take this back, and I'm going to connect this up slightly differently. It's still going to have an imperfect angle, right? But we can simply bring it up over here and have the angle imperfection be there. Ooh, hang on a moment. No. No. Okay, let's bring this up over here. up to 10 meters. Angle snap only for the moment, and then connect it in like that. Actually, that looks a lot better. We're going to have to forbid left-hand turns again here, but that is reasonably fine. No left-hand turn allowed there. And yes, that does look significantly better. Perfect. So now this will impede less traffic. It will still impede traffic. I want to be clear about that, but it will impede less traffic. So it's currently almost 4:30, and we should definitely be seeing traffic levels going up. That's for sure. But it all looks relatively clear out over this way. I think 5 to 6 is considered like the worst of rush hour. But let's hop over. Where was that accident at? I believe we just put that in somewhere. It was definitely somewhere. I want to say it was right over here, but I don't actually think it was there. I think it was here. Yes. Okay, so this accident has now been cleared up, and traffic is starting to move again. Emphasis on starting. So these guys are trying to turn left, and they were taking this route anyway, even with the roundabout. And that might have been due to the traffic blocking, but they were definitely taking this route anyway. But there's a fair amount of traffic attempting to go this direction, so we might need to figure out a dedicated way for them to do that. We'll see. But for now, we're going to see this traffic cleaning up. It'll take a little bit. Once these guys push through, then these will be able to start moving. And there's a lot of traffic that wants to turn right here. Or actually turn left here. So they're coming in from this side and going north, which is understandable. I think what they really need, though, is a way to do that from this highway. So a way to go from here and then go northbound up here. I'm going to put that in, and that's going to be... We'll see if this gets heavily utilized. That's going to be something like out over here. And then we would just bring that in to come up over, like... I want this to snap. Something like here. Okay, and we would not allow a left-hand turn here. So the idea behind this is a way to get from the Dale Highway to a northbound highway. We'll see if they utilize that. That might reduce the strain on this route here, is the idea. Okay. And we can see, yeah, this is now being flagged as a jam here. This is being flagged as a jam, but I expect that to work its way towards clearing up. Indeed. I do expect that to work its way towards clearing up. Since we don't have any traffic flow issues out over here, these should slowly push through. The real question is, are people going to take advantage of the Chester Highway here? So that would mean connecting in here and coming up this way. Actually, you know what we might want to do? We might want to connect this up slightly differently, so that, at least for now, this ends up connecting in here on this lane. Like that. It's going to be awkward if we want to extend this down, but, I mean, that's expected. So the overall concept, well, really, what they should be doing is they should be taking their left-hand turn here. But a lot of them are not doing that. And that's probably because they want to be on, like, this highway, or even better, this one, which will take them right into this area. That's probably what's going on there. Okay. So I don't actually expect this to do all that much then. We'll see if it maybe takes a little bit of strain off, but that's probably not going to be the overall issue. This merging on could maybe use a dedicated merge lane at this time. Oh, left-hand turn here? Yep. We can tell because of the gap in the traffic. So we can definitely get rid of that.
How
excellent. That'll allow these guys to close up a little bit, but there's still going to be some significant issues here, right? This is a lot of people attempting to try to turn right here. We could up this to 2 lanes, or we could just give them a dedicated turn lane up until around here or so. So what that would end up meaning is taking this up to a 6-lane road about there, and doing something like that. Then, of course, we would get rid of these crosswalks and no stoplights in these areas. And now they have a dedicated merge lane, at least up to about here, right? Where they can merge in anytime they have time to merge in. That should drastically increase the throughput over here, in theory. But there's definitely a large backup building up over here. So increasing that throughput is clearly necessary. That said, there's not a lot of traffic coming this way. Hello, left turn issue. No left turns allowed. Beautiful. Okay, so it's basically rush hour now, and that means that we're going to start seeing some traffic issues in locations like this one. This is just a merge-in. Okay, I suspect that this will clean up. There's not that much traffic up here, but we could definitely give this some dedicated lanes. I don't think that's a bad idea, actually. So we're going to give this dedicated lanes here over to at least about here. Yeah, we'll do it here. That seems reasonably fine for now. And no crosswalks, of course, and no stoplights. Thank you very much. I really wish that there was more control over the lanes in this game. That's my, like, performance aside, that's my largest issue. I miss Traffic Manager. That's what it comes down to. But we'll clean this up, and that'll be reasonably good. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to be addressing as many of these traffic jams as we can. I expect there to be quite a number of them. This, once again, is an area where we can probably just do with a dedicated lane. We'll see how that goes. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kentogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.